Have you seen Wicked for Good yet? By now, I'm pretty sure everybody who is like dying to see it like me has seen it. So let's jump into it. This is going to be my thoughts as a gay, disabled individual who is obsessulated with Wicked and got to go see it in IMAX this weekend. Let me preface the story by saying my best friend passed away 2 weeks ago. She was supposed to see it with me, and she did. She saw it through my eyes, and I felt her presence there. So let's get into the movie. We went with our friend who was close to our best friend in New Orleans, and we saw it in the theater where they saw Wicked last year. So that already made it super special. The storyline is fantastic. It is told at a really great pace. There's never a dull moment. We saw that movie at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and baby, I'm old, disabled, and tired. I'm usually sleepy by then. I was wide awake, eyes peeled the entire movie, just crying and enjoying it. The music is amazing. I'm going to try to be as spoiler free as I can. The music was fantastic. The singing is so good. I gotta tell you, when I saw the original movie for the first time last year, and mind you, I've never seen the Broadway musical. I didn't love Glinda. I thought she was very vapid. I love Ariana, and I was just like, this character ain't it. But then the more I rewatched Wicked, because I have rewatched that movie several times, I fell in love with her. And I understood the girl that she was and the girl that she wanted to become. And I understood the sororal bond between her and Elphaba. I understood the struggles. And I realized I am that girl. I've lived that life. I'm living that life. I want to be good. I want to be better. And maybe we gotta embrace a little Wicked to get to where we gotta go. That's her whole storyline, and it is so beautifully fleshed out in this film. Elphaba's storyline is very well told, and it's like wrapped up with a nice bow on it. It's gorgeous. I walked in that movie knowing in The Wizard of Oz that Elphaba dies, and I was heartbroken. I was not ready for that, and I was like, how are they gonna portray it? It's going to break my heart all over again. Let me tell you, they do not disappoint. No spoilers, but you will love with a capital L, the way they handle this story, the way they show it, just everything. It's gorgeous. I need to go see this movie again. It was so wonderful, and it was like 2.5 hours, and it did not feel like 2.5 hours. You guys, let's break it down. Coming from the mind of a gay individual, we totally understand Elphaba. Like, she's our girl. She's our queen. She's seen as this evil, ungodly, wicked creature. That's something we gay people experience almost daily from a lot of society, because they don't love that we're not the hetero gender conservative norm that society wants us to be, that we live out loud and fabulous and we're authentic and we aren't afraid to, I don't know, be more sexually active. We aren't afraid to be more embracing of that almost carnal side of human nature. Because I feel as gay people, understand more deeply how short life is. And we see that because we get ostracized quite frequently. So coming into Wicked, we already like, Elphaba's our girl. But also, Glinda is kind of our girl too, because there's a side to every gay individual that just longs for love and acceptance, longs to longs to be the apple of everybody's eye, to have those friends, to have that like relationship with the public where you're like you're loved and you're seen and you're uplifted and all that stuff. Glinda truly just wants to be loved. And Wicked for Good, the only spoiler I'm gonna drop is that they introduce her as a little girl, and you truly understand that little scene adds so much depth to her character. We are all Glinda at heart, and watching their friendship form and evolve, and they go through ups and they go through downs, and they get into this little moment where they're like at odds end with each other and they fight. That's something every human goes through, gay or straight. And it was so beautifully told, because at the end of the day, that sororal bond overcame everything. And at the end of the day, they realized that they make each other better people, and that because they have each other in their lives, they are more fully formed and they want to do better. And Glinda understands. Sometimes you gotta embrace your inner wicked to get there. And Elphaba understands. Sometimes you gotta be a little vapid like Glinda, because you can't be one without the other. You can't be all good, you can't be all evil. And it's all how you perceive it, but also like we all have to have a little bit of both to be fully realized and fully formed creatures. The story is so deep, and I want to see this movie again and again and again, because I want to really dive into it and dissect all these aspects of it, because I'm so in love with these characters. And I'm so in love with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo and their friendship that they brought onto the screen and gave you more than just two characters. This was literally two best friends in real life who were just enacting what they already felt for each other on the screen. It was so beautiful. I bawled my eyes out at the end of that movie. During the movie does end with the song For Good. And it's like, oh my God. That's where I truly felt my best friend there. Because my best friend was my Elphaba. I was her Glinda. I was that goofy, vapid go-getter who's just like, I brought a side to her that was a little more playful, and she helped me be not only a better person, but understand more depth to my character. And while they were singing that song, I literally closed my eyes and I could feel her arms around me, and we just swayed to the song, and it was magic, and I cried. And we sat there in the theater for like 10 minutes after the credits were rolling, and I was just crying and crying, and I had my Wicked blanket with me, so I put it over my head and I just let myself bawl. I was like, I don't care who sees. Anyways, fantastic movie. For all intents and purposes, you will be obsessulated. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? If you have seen it and you're like me, you need to go see it again, let's do it. Anyways, I would love to hear your comments below. I hope you get the chance to see it, and I hope you get the chance to be changed for good by it. Love you guys.